Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to unveil the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me extend a friendly request: show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for an exciting journey full of emotions. Don't forget to turn on notifications for stay ahead of the game. Chris Paul becomes the latest player to accuse Daryl Morey of not keeping his word. Daryl Morey seems to be building a reputation as an executive who breaks promises, at least according to some of his former players. Chris Paul recently became the latest star to accuse the Philadelphia 76ers president of basketball operations of going back on his word. In an interview with Dwayne Wade on his podcast The Why with Dwayne Wade, the Warriors point guard claims he received a phone call from then Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey, who assured Paul that he would not be traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder if he declined. "I'm in Las Vegas, and Daryl called me. He said, I was just calling you to make sure you didn't want to go to OKC. I was like, no, I didn't move 15 people to Houston," Paul explained. "And he said, I would never trade you to a place you didn't want to go, because you chose to come from the Clippers to us." Paul then said he found out about the trade while on the phone with his wife, before Morey called to inform him officially. Daryl was like, "Hey man, this thing moves so fast." "I said, it's okay, I just want you to tell me one thing," Paul elaborated. "You said you wouldn't trade me, right?" He said, "Yeah, I said that, but..." I said, "That's all I needed to know." Chris Paul also stated during the same interview that Morey lacks people skills and doesn't know how to talk to individuals. The Rockets sent Paul along with picks to the Thunder in exchange for Russell Westbrook. Last offseason, James Harden called Daryl Morey a liar at an Adidas media event in China, stating, "Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of." Harden claimed that Morey promised him a max contract after he declined his $47 million player option to sign a 2-year, $33 million deal to help the team strengthen the roster. This according to an interview with The Athletic. Harden was later traded to the Clippers in November. Former Philadelphia 76ers point guard Patrick Beverley also accused Morey of deceit on his own podcast, the Pat Bev Podcast with Rome. According to Beverley, he asked Morey if he was being traded during a trip to Denver. Morey responded with, "You? No, you're not. Of course not." Beverley was then sent to the Milwaukee Bucks a few weeks later at the February 8 trade deadline. Ultimately, the general manager's loyalty remains with the team. Their job is not to placate the feelings of any individual player. But if these accusations are true, blatantly lying and reneging on promises is not a good look for the leader of an organization. Players talk amongst themselves about these things, and it will be interesting to see if this affects the 76ers' chances of bringing in another star to pair with MVP Joel Embiid in the upcoming offseason. Steve Kerr sheds more light on Andrew Wiggins' justified personal absence. The Golden State Warriors have been playing some of their best basketball lately, making a strong push for one of the top spots in the playoffs. They've gone 8-2 in their last 10 games and are aiming to climb the ranks in the Western Conference. However, to do so, the Warriors will have to play without their starting forward, Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins has been away from the team recently due to dealing with a personal matter. Before the Warriors game against the New York Knicks on Thursday, Coach Steve Kerr addressed Wiggins' absence through Anthony Slater of The Athletic. "Yes, this is a personal issue he's dealing with, and we hope he comes back," said Steve Kerr. "It will remain private. Rick Welts has been in touch with him, I have too. We hope he returns." Kerr also mentioned that the Warriors are unsure of when they expect Andrew Wiggins back with the team. Wiggins is set to miss his second consecutive game after sitting out the Warriors matchup against the Wizards on Tuesday. Wiggins has played 51 games for the Warriors this season and started in 40 of them, averaging just over 27 minutes per game. He has averaged 12.7 points per game, the lowest of his career, along with 4.3 rebounds and 1.7 assists, shooting 45.5% from the field, 35.1% from three-point range, and 72.7% from the free throw line. The Warriors currently hold a 30-27 record, sitting in the 10th spot in the Western standings. They are likely locked into one of the play-in spots, and the hope is to have Wiggins back in the lineup as soon as possible to bolster their playoff push. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Golden State Warriors basketball. Blue Heart Yellow Heart.